I long to see the sunlight in your hair and tell you time and time again how much I care. Sometimes I feel my heart will overflow. Hello, I've just got to let you know, 'cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. Are you somewhere feeling lonely? Or is someone loving you? Tell me how to win your heart, for I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying I love you. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Unrelenting Alchemist. All spiritual, all the time. I want to talk to you today about the birth and childhood of Hanuman. In the heavenly reaches of the Ganhamadana mountains, far beyond mortal sight, lived Anjana, a celestial apsara of radiant beauty and a heart burdened with longing. Once she had danced among the divine, her movements, poetry, and motion. But due to a curse born of a moment's pride, she had been cast down to earth to live as a vanara, a humanoid monkey being, until the day she bore a child who would serve divine purpose. Though her form was changed, her spirit remained luminous. In the quiet glades of the mountain forests, Anjana prayed, fasted, and meditated for years and years. She sought release not from the curse alone, but to fulfill the higher will of the cosmos. She called not only on the gods of the heavens, but also upon the essence of Dharma itself. Her prayers, as pure as the morning sun and as steadfast as the Himalayas, reached the celestial winds, and those winds, wild and free, carried her longing straight to Vayu, the god of the air. Vayu had watched Anjana for some time. He marveled not at her outer form, but rather her devotion, her resilience, and this powerful current of purity that seemed to surround her, as the looks did not necessarily mean anything to Vaya in that moment. Anjana sat under a flowering ashoka, lost in meditation, and Vayu descended as the wind only could, and placed before her a divine pudding, a payasam, infused with the blessing of Lord Shiva himself. Anjana opened her eyes and she beheld the radiant offering. A whisper, soft as a breeze, brushed her ear. Eat and know that your son shall shake the world. With reverence, she consumed the divine gift. And in that sacred moment, the winds swirled around her, trees bent in respect, and the very air shimmered with life. Thus was Hanuman conceived, not just through a mortal union, but through divine intention. And so this was the Vanara child come to birth. And on the full moon of the Chaitra, with the stars aligned in the constellations singing the songs of destiny, Anjana gave birth to a son unlike any other. He had the strength of mountains in his tiny limbs, and eyes that sparkled like twin suns. A golden aura enveloped him, and his cries echoed like the conch of Vishnu, resonant and divine. The forest came alive, birds sang melodious songs, wild animals stood still, and the rivers danced in celebration. Even the celestial realms took notice. Sage Matanga, an old hermit meditating nearby, just happened to approach this child with tears in his eyes. This child, he whispered, is born without any karma, born with divine fire, and he shall one day fly without wings, cross oceans in a single bound, and awaken in mortals the courage of gods. And Anjana named her son Hanuman, meaning one with a prominent jaw, where even at birth his features bore the strength of his lineage. But he was a mischievous child, and he sought the sun fruit. Hanuman's childhood was a festival of chaos and miracles. Even as a toddler, he leapt from tree to tree, outpaced cheetahs, and confused the winds with his playful speed. But his most legendary feat came before he had even learned to speak in full sentences. One dawn, as the saffron sun rose over the hills, baby Hanuman stirred from his slumber. Peering into the sky, he saw the blazing orb and mistook it for a bright, ripe mango. His stomach rumbled, and with innocent delight he leapt into the heavens in pursuit of this fruit he was hungry for now. So the air cracked with divine tension. The gods watched in awe and with alarm. The child soared past clouds, past birds, higher than even the rain-bearing winds. The sun, surprised, watched the Vanara child race towards him with outstretched hands. "Stop," said Surya, the sun god, but Hanuman was undeterred. Witnessing the danger, Indra, king of the gods, acted swiftly. Mounting his celestial elephant, the Airavata, Indra hurled his thunderbolt, Vajra, at Hanuman. The bolt struck the child on the chin and sent him tumbling back to earth. Hanuman crashed into the mountain slope with such force that the earth cracked and the trees trembled. Anjana rushed to her son, crying and wailing, and seeing her sorrow, his father, Vayu, withdrew all air from the world. Humans, gods, and animals gasped in terror. Flowers wilted, rivers slowed, fires dimmed. Life itself teetered on the edge of extinction. The gods, shaken by the calamity and realizing what was happening to all life as the air was withdrawn, rushed to appease Vayu. "Forgive us," said Brahma, placing his hand on Hanuman's forehead. "Your son shall live, and not only live, but rise as one of the greatest heroes that the cosmos has ever seen." Each god then came forth to bestow gifts on Hanuman. Surya gave him mastery over wisdom and all Vedas. Agni blessed him with immunity from fire. Varuna, lord of waters, granted him protection from drowning. Yama, god of death, gave him immortality for as long as he chose to live. Kubera bestowed infinite riches of character and generosity. Indra, regretful for what he'd done, gave him a body that would not be pierced by any weapon. Thus healed and empowered, Hanuman rose, smiling, not a trace of injury remaining, and from that day forth, the world sang his name in reverence. He became a student of Surya. As Hanuman grew, so too did his hunger for knowledge. Though strong and swift, he was not content with mere physical feats. Anjana, wise and loving, taught him discipline, while the forest sages taught him humility. But Hanuman longed for higher knowledge, celestial truth, cosmic law, sacred sound. He approached Surya, the sun god, and bowed. "I wish to learn from you, Lord. Teach me all the Vedas, the arts of speech, memory, logic, and dharma." Surya was hesitant. "I never remain still, Hanuman. I travel across the sky at all times." Hanuman smiled. "Then I shall learn while I follow you." So he soared alongside the chariot of the sun god, matching Surya's journey stride for stride, and from dawn till dusk he learned ancient hymns, the secrets of the universe, and the rhythm of time. Impressed, Surya said, "You have mastered it all. I can teach you no more." But Hanuman prostrated. "Let me offer you Guru Dakshina, my gift for your teaching." Surya replied, "Bless others with what you've learned, but that is enough." Hanuman, ever devoted, sought to serve. So he began his long journey as a protector, a sage, and a servant of divine causes. But he soon came to be cursed once again. Yet, because of his goodness, he bore many trials. He was blessed with invincibility and might, and Hanuman's playful nature sometimes tipped into chaos. He would leap across rivers, play tricks on the meditating sages, and uproot the mountains out of joy. One day, in his boundless mischief, he happened to have disturbed a group of sages deep in their meditations. They cursed him. "May you forget your powers. until the moment they are truly needed. At once, Hanuman's boundless energy calmed. He blinked in confusion. It was almost as if a fog had entered his mind. Though his powers remained, his strength, his awareness of that ability was buried. He no longer knew exactly what he was capable of. But the sages did relent to some extent, seeing the sorrow. And so they then said on him, when the time comes for your service to be called to righteousness, your powers will return tenfold. Thus Hanuman grew in grace, humility, and purpose. Never prideful, never boastful, always curious, always kind. And eventually his purpose awakened. Years later, destiny knocked on his door in the form of a wandering prince named Rama and his devoted brother, Lakshmana. Anjana, sensing a deeper call, sent Hanuman to assist them. As Hanuman stood before Rama, something ancient stirred within him. He bowed low, and there were tears in his eyes, for in Rama he saw the embodiment of Dharma, of the very essence his life had been destined to serve. And with that meeting, the forgotten powers awoke once again. Hanuman remembered it all. Muscles remembered. Wings of spirit unfurled. The strength of the mountains returned to his limbs, and the winds rejoiced. And so we come to our epilogue. This ends the story of Hanuman's birth and childhood, and it's a tale of divine longing, cosmic purpose, and eternal love. Hanuman had not been born merely of wind and prayer, but of mission, to be the one who would leap oceans for truth, who would burn cities in righteous fire, who would carry mountains to save lives, who would bow before the one who embodied divine order. He would come to be known by many names. Anjana, son of Anjana; Maruti, son of the wind; Mahavira, the great hero; Bajrangbali, the mighty one with limbs like thunder; the Ramaduta, the messenger of Rama. To his mother Anjana, he was always her child of light. In every temple where his name is chanted, in every heart that seeks courage, and in every moment when fear must be conquered, Hanuman still lives, for his story is not of just divine birth, but of the eternal power that awakens when faith, strength, and humility walk together. And this is done in the name of justice, done in the name of identity, and for the redemption of a world that often confuses appearance for truth. So, my collective, you are blessed, you are chosen, you are powerful. I hope you enjoyed that story of Hanuman, and may you walk forward knowing that your ancestors are always there, supporting you through everything that you do, and that the Most High's army of angels are behind you when you find yourself besieged by trouble. Thank you for joining me in the Sacred Hour. This has been another exciting episode of the Unrelenting Alchemist. Until next time, collective, walk wisely, walk bravely, and when the dark calls, answer not with fear, but with fire and a knowing light. Take care.
And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you.